episode 15 of Series 2 of Master League Story Mode. Alex Ferguson's Hull City side, the unlikely Premier League contenders this season, who currently sit in third after a 5-game winning streak that was only broken last episode by Manchester City, who we drew against, but we could have won. So we're absolutely flying at the moment. Before we get into the first game, we're going to have a quick look at where we are with the negotiations. So we had some advice from one of our very high quality commenters, and you all are extremely high quality commenters, and that's what I love about the watchers of this channel. You add so much to it that so many other channels just don't have, and I thank you for that. And if you're wondering whether you should comment, whether you've got any advice, don't maybe think that it's worth commenting, just comment. I love it. I've got plenty of time to reply to you all. It's what makes this channel so exciting for me. Without you, I wouldn't be doing it anymore. That's just a fact. I wouldn't be. So let's take a look. 2 round, down to 14. You never know. With some sales, we could maybe bring him in. He can play all the way across the midfield, so he'd be really useful for us. Good cover for a number of different positions. He's 29, so he's not getting any better. But as we're only playing this season, we're not really looking long term. So that's a possibility. Irdan, not a big fan of Marcus Rojo. And for 13 million, yeah, maybe that is a bit much. Especially seeing as we've got Tisserand, who's a very, very high quality for in terms of a free transfer. High quality player, 23 years old, so he can still develop. Play all the way across the back line as well, which means he'll be a good cover at left back as well if we need him. So we've negotiated him down to 276,000. That's great. We'll definitely pull the trigger on that. There we are. That's our first signing of the January window, and that's a no-brainer really. Great cover, maybe even first choice centre back. Although Dawson has been great. So Ricardo Pereira is another one to consider. He can pretty much play everywhere, and that would be good. He's a right-footed player who can also play left back. Seems to be his first position. Good pass through the ball. I'll see if we can get any money off him actually. 79. Oh, it's a bit risky, but we'll give it a go. So before we move on, there are a couple of Ajax players that Irwan suggested. We did have a look at them during our initial scouting of Ajax, using that Edwin van der Sar link. Reader World is one of the suggestions. He would be great, obviously, but he's going to be outside of our price range and unlikely to be able to sign him anyway. Ziyech, we looked at him right at the beginning. He'd be great. Obviously, again, very expensive. We can't afford him at the moment. He'd probably set us back somewhere like 20 million, which we just don't have. But what I'm excited by is the potential of maybe Bazur. Now, he would be worth shelling out 15, 16 million. 20 years old. He's just as comfortable playing at centre-back as he is as a central midfielder. He's a great passer, physically imposing as well. And he's only 20 years old, so we're definitely going to put in a bid for him. See how that gets on. Okay, so let's just get into the first game, shall we? We've got West Brom at home. Let's take a look at the teams. Oh, they've got Van Persie up front. Danger, danger there. We tried to sign him. He was a little bit too expensive for us at the time, but is that going to come back to haunt us now? Maybe. Let's take a look at our side. Okay, so Davis is on a downward arrow. I think we'll bring in Fosu Mensah for his first chance as a centre-back. He's very highly rated, even at that position. Then El Mohammadi, we have not seen any of him really this season, but he's a capable stand-in at right back. Everyone else is looking good. Diamandi's on a blue. Ooh. Well, they're playing 2 defensive midfielders, which might make it difficult for Cabela to dribble through the centre. So we'll start Hernandez and Diamandi today. Try and whip some balls in. That'll be interesting. We've got Welbeck off the bench as well as an impact sub. So we're back at the KCOM Stadium, also known as the Auditorium of Fantasy. It's similar to the Theatre of Dreams, but it's Alex Ferguson's new home. Hull City have turned it into an absolute fortress, as I've said so many times. Let's see if we can hang on to our excellent record in recent times at home with a win in this game. Diamandi gets his start. Oh, he's dispossessed by Fletcher there. Got a lot of Alex Ferguson's old players in this side. Ferguson, Van Persie, Johnny Evans at the back. It's a veritable reunion. Oh, Hernandez nearly wins that back. Johnny Evans loops it in. This time it's Dawson up against Van Persie. Falls down. Oh, it's a great save to his side there by Butland. Diamandi gets the header into his strike partner. He puts it into Mbula. Can he spread it wide into Lingard? He can. That's a great ball. It's matching up against Brun. Taking for pace down the line. Oh, he's got inside of him. That's great play from Jesse Lingard. Ball into Hernandez. Falls over the top. Diamandi was nearly there. Great running there from Jesse Lingard. Really, really tricky for Chris Brunt there. Oh, Hernandez has stolen that back, but Olsen just does enough. And now it's Hernandez. He can move forward. Great pace again from Abel Hernandez. Inside of Olsen. Falls to Mbula, edge of the box. Hits it straight at Myhill. Good opportunity there, though. Puts his foot on it. Looks up. Jakob, though, he showed way too much of him there. Oh. El Mohammadi wins that back neatly. Diamandi ball into Hernandez. Little dummy away from one, but Chadley's back defending, and that's well played from Nasser Chadley. El Mohammadi ball through looking for Hernandez. Still Abba Hernandez. Low ball into Diamandi. He gets ahead of his man. Alessandro Diamandi. Oh. Snodgrass just weighing up his options. He goes inside to Gianelli and Bula. He turns away. That's nice. Diamandi gets it back from Hernandez. Ball through to Diamandi with the finish. Oh, it was the wrong option. Needed to go round to the far side of the keeper. Went near post. It was a decent effort though. This is good interplay. Diamandi and Hernandez linking up as they have done so many times. Really should have gone to the keeper's left-hand side there though. West Brom out, able to cut that out. Diamandi. Imbula. That's an interesting ball into Dawson. Hits it with the left. Oh! What a goal that would have been to finish off the half from Michael Dawson. Outside of the box, on his left foot. It's 0-0. It's been a tricky game. Tricky game. West Brom defending well. And they've looked pretty dangerous in attack. They've had all the possession. But they've looked dangerous on the break as well. With 90% pass completion. We'll definitely have this game under control. Can we make the telling contribution in this second half though? Okay, so we've increased our attacking power. Our attacking levels have gone up now. We need to win this. We're at home. We're the form team in the Premier League, or one of them anyway. Ryan Mason now, ball into Hernandez. He's looking for the overlap here of El Mohammadi. Whips it in. Diamandi's there with the header. Oh, just flashes past him. Hernandez closing down Olsen again. You don't want to be making any big mistakes with... Oh, come on, referee. You are soft. This isn't netball, ref. There's nothing wrong with that. Olsen fell down like an ant. Oh, Mason cuts it out well, but he's lost out to Jakob there. Fosu Mensah, great play. Now Fosu Mensah, we haven't seen any of his attacking abilities in this game as he's been playing at centre-back, but he launches the break there. Oh, Hernandez, can you get there? He can. It's it back to El Mohammadi. Looks up, gets the ball in. Snodgrass has peeled away. Bobby Snodgrass with the second option. Oh, the second opportunity there. Well blocked. Bobby Snodders looking for another goal. Hernandez did well, knocked it back to El Mohammadi. We know he's a good crosser of the ball. Snodgrass had got there. Look at that strong arm, left hand. Far post, El Mohammadi, can he get there? Fosu Mensah clears really well. Oh, Robertson couldn't get his head to that. It's a really great ball into Brunt. Fosu Mensah's out to meet him. Brunt's found a way through. No way! Oh, we've gone behind. Who was that with the finish? Was that Van Persie? I don't even care. Chris Brunt did well. Robertson was out of position. Brunt with some good footwork there. Looks like we could have dealt with it. Fell back into the path. If whoever that was, it was probably Van Persie, the absolute bastard. Well, we haven't been behind in a while. We haven't lost in a while either. We were saying things were getting a bit too easy, but almost to prove us wrong. Pez has now come out. Tried to hand us a spanking at the hands of West Brom. Wasn't expecting that. Snodgrass here to whip the ball in. Oh, doesn't fall. 21 in an orange-black shirt. Snodgrass loses out to Skelbred, and now they can break. It's one-on-one here. Fosu Mensah shouldn't have any problem with the pace of Van Persie. Oh, but Fosu Mensah loses out there to Skelbred. Oh no, not another goal. Oh, it's all over. It's all over. Beaten at home. That was a horrible goal on the break. We'd committed so many men forward there. Should have got that away then. And then it's parried back into the path of Jakob, who finishes easily. And our run, our unbeaten run, looks like it's coming to an end. Ball in looking for Dawson. What the fuck are you doing up there, Dawson? I didn't ask you to be a fucking centre forward. Get out the bloody way, Dawson. What are you doing there? Oh, Fletcher with another great tackle. And it's all over. Well. Chickens counting and hatching springs to mind. We've been definitely too complacent in recent games, thinking that we deserve the wins before they even happen. And we got our pants pulled down here today by West Brom. Alex Ferguson will not be happy. We dominated the first half, and then the second half we went behind to 2 goals. One on the break at the end when we committed too many men forward, but the first goal was unforgivable. No poor performances, but no great performances either. Van Persie gets a goal. That's sickening. See Fergie's old man, the man who won the Premiership, the old man, getting a goal today. So not our finest moment. We were doing so well. We're still in third. Only 4 points ahead of Everton in 5th. See if we can hang on to these Champions League spots, at least until Christmas. That would be good. So 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss out of 6. I mean, really that's good. But to lose to West Brom after beating Everton, Chelsea and Leicester in these games is disappointing. Hernandez, all of the goals. He's scored 5. So team of the month, we've got a couple in there. Robertson again, he's definitely the best left back in the league at the moment. Definitely on form, maybe not on rating. And Hernandez, he can't stop scoring, except for in the last game. Diamandi didn't work quite so well. I'm not sure whether that is a symptom of the Diamandi-Hernandez partnership. But we maybe were lacking Cabela's running. So transfer window's open. What can we do? Tisserand's joined up. Excellent. New centre-back for this next game. Let's take a look at him in the game plan. Now, purely on the basis of overall rating, he definitely walks into the squad. He's a ball-playing centre-back, which is something that we don't have. He's not as good a defender as Dawson. Dawson has got really high defending stats. Let's look at this. So Dawson, in terms of headers, defensive prowess, ball winning, he's well up there. He's so slow, though. So slow. I think Tisserand should probably start. How does that affect our team spirit? It does drop it by quite a bit. But really, I think Tisserand is the ball-playing centre-half that we've been looking for. Let's take a look at Davis's stats. He's a lot quicker, but he doesn't have the old wily skills of a player like Dawson. But yeah, I think really for me, it's Tisserand walks into the side. New signing, straight in. It's good to see. Oh, well, Pereira's broken down. That's not so good. But Bazoa, he could be our real marquee signing of this window. We're not going to be able to afford him on our current money at 17 million. But if we can get him down, then, 52. What about, how do you fancy a little Italian striker called Gabbiadini? 55%, we'll give it a go. Or do we wait? No, we'll give it a go. We'll see what happens there. Probably a no. Pereira's broken down. That's a shame. We would have liked him. If we try and renegotiate, then it's going to be really, really expensive. So I think we're going to go back in for Pereira. Are we likely to be able to sign him now? Maybe not. But I really liked him. And because the scout did show us him as an option, we can still go back in for him. Right, let's get into the game today. This is going to be tough. We're away at White Hart Lane. We've got a new centre-back coming in. It's going to be a baptism of fire for Tisserand. He's on a downward arrow as well. Okay, maybe not the... we'll try him. Butland, downward arrow as well. Cabela comes back in. We've still got a few tired legs from the last game, but other than that, I think we can keep it as it is. Ooh, and Tottenham have signed Douglas Costa. That's dangerous. Harry Kane, 84 up front. Ericsson in the middle is going to be the danger man. Let's see if we can slow him down a bit with a bit of Gianelli and Bula's attention. And then we'll give Curtis Davis the job of looking after Harry Kane. And then not an easy day here for Robertson, who's marking Douglas Costa. So you have to really say that the West Brom game was a case of complacency slipping in. West Brom pressured us throughout the match, made it hard for us to play our game. And ultimately they came away with 2 goals. Most of them on the break, but still, they hit us hard. We've got Tisserand coming in. He doesn't offer the physical presence of Dawson, but he's a ball-playing centre-back who's quick and is a good passer as well. So I'm happy to have him in the side. A great free signing for Alex Ferguson. So we're going to need a much better performance today, not only to make up for West Brom, but against a very strong Tottenham side who have added some real talent in the shape of Douglas Costa out on the right wing. It's good passing here, straight away from Tottenham, showing us what they're about. Douglas Costa looks in for Kane. It's a good header back to Son. He hits it. Fosu Mensah's there, back in right back position. That's where we want to see him. Back to Snodgrass. Oh, he's got away with it. Can he get the cross in? He can. Oh, it's punched away from Lloris. Has that gone out for a free kick to us? Yes, it has. Carl Walker sliding in late on Bobbers. Okay, so it's Snodgrass to drive this one in. For the men in the box, that's nice. Oh, Fosu Mensah's there! Timothy Fosu Mensah with an absolute bullet of a header to put us ahead. He was lurking at the back post. What a goal that is. Is that his first goal for the club? I think it might be. He's deserved it. He's been our standout player this season. And what a header that was. He really climbed well for that. Smash into the roof of the net. Over Alderweireld. And he's such a specimen. It's a great ball in from Snodders. Another assist for him. And the first goal of his whole career for Timothy Fosu Mensah. Douglas Costa again. Robertson comes out to meet him this time. Really great tackle. Hernandez looking for Cabela. He's got Vertonghen with him. Steps inside Vertonghen. Couldn't quite get it out of his feet to work a shot there, but he'd done well to beat Vertonghen in the first place. Wanyama into Eriksson. Eriksson gets his heads up. Finds Wanyama again. It's Douglas Costa. Nice ball into Harry Kane. Chipped ball over to Walker, who takes it in his chest. Oh, Robertson. Great tackle. And that's half time. Well, it's a great goal from Fosu Mensah. So happy to see him get on the score sheet from another Bobby Snodder's assist. Hull City have really kept Tottenham quiet today. I think that's the measure of how successful we've been. They've only been allowed one shot, not yet troubling Jack Butland in the Hull City goal. We've only had one shot on target, to be fair, so it's been really, really tight. So we dropped the defensive line a little bit. We're set up to counter-attack in this half. We want to try and hold on to that great goal. Snodgrass back into Robertson. Robertson given a bit of space to run into, and he takes that opportunity. Snodgrass, is that a ball through to Hernandez? It's a great ball through to Hernandez. Oh, didn't expect that to be onside. Robertson did really well to thread that through. I was expecting the offside flag to come up, but it didn't. It was a good run from Hernandez. A great ball off his right foot. Hernandez maybe took it too wide with that first touch. Oh, Mason well intercepted. Robertson in trouble there, but he turns away from the Hulk with ease, and now Tisserand can bring it forward. Let's see if we can see some of that ball playing that we talked about. He stampedes forward here. Looks for the ball through to Hernandez. Difficult little tight position here for Hernandez, but he's worked it around the Tottenham defence, and that is an absolute stunning goal there from Abel Hernandez. Really happy to see that break launched by Tisserand, the new centre-back, who was involved, absolutely. It's Abel Hernandez who really did all the donkey work there with some incredible footwork away from those huge Tottenham defenders. What a goal that was to put us 2 goals up. Tisserand driving forward. In the end, it was a fairly simple ball into Hernandez. Oh, but he takes it away from Alderweireld. Vertonghen slides in, and he was never going to miss the finish from there. What a goal that is. Abel Hernandez, a man in such form. One of the real star strikers in the Premier League. That was a lovely little 1-2 touch. Maybe the slide in there from the Tottenham defender was a little rash. That finish was anything but. Oh, it's a nice ball. Davis isn't going to have the legs to get there ahead of Costa. Ball in, Tisserand gets ahead to it. That's what we need to see from him as well. It's all very well, the attacking. And another header from Tisserand out only as far as Butland. Mbula gets it away. Oh, Gabbiadini dispossessed in the middle. That was really, really poor play from Gabbiadini. You can see why he's on his way out. Lingard lays it off to Fosu Mensah, who's still full of running. Hernandez almost gets away from Vertonghen again. He does. Speeds it into the box. Hernandez still. The curling shot. Oh, what? Oh, my word. I'm lost for words now, as I was during that little commentary. But Abel Hernandez just cannot stop scoring. He is such a pain to play against. He's so quick, so dangerous. It was really going nowhere, this ball, you thought. He had to cut back inside onto his left. Rodriguez and Alderweireld both just slacked off, really. It was a curling left footer off the post. From this point here, it looked like our number 9 was going nowhere. No one in the box, no one backing him up. But he got away from those 2 Tottenham players. He got his head down and he just curled that. It was an Emi Buendia goal, really, for those of you in the know. Hernandez is looking for his hat-trick here, but it doesn't matter because it's 3-0, and that's a great win for Hull, bouncing back very quickly after the West Brom game. There's Davis with his new centre-back partner Tisserand. Is that the Vidic and Ferdinand combo that we've been looking for? Well, it's closer than Dawson and Davis for sure. Great goals in that game, all round. Really, really great performance. Tottenham played their part, absolutely, but we were better. Absolutely no doubt about that. Hernandez continues his scoring rout in the Premier League. How are Tottenham doing in the league? They're 8th now. Everyone stays as they are. We stay in 3rd. Look at that, Hernandez up into 2nd. Pogba's bagged 12 as well. He's doing really nicely. We'll go on to the next day in the transfer window before we end this episode. Okay, Bazur's come back. Negotiations have begun. What did we do? Did we do the trade for Gabbiadini, didn't we? We did. 5.8 million and Gabbiadini. I mean, we've got to go for that, haven't we? That is an absolute no-brainer. That gives us centre-back and central midfield cover. Potentially even our first choice central midfielder. He can, I think he's better than Livermore, better than Mason. I think what we can do as well. So I don't know whether we've got either of them transfer listed. Mason is not transfer listed. Livermore isn't either. Mason's worth a little bit more. I think we can put him on the transfer list. If we've got Bezoa in the bag there. That's a huge signing. Absolutely huge. Great passer. Really, really powerful player. I'm gonna pull the trigger on that. Bam. Another great signing. Tisserand and Bezoa coming in. Gabbiadini goes out after potentially the biggest pile of wank in terms of performances of any player that we've had this season. But that's a huge one. Now it just comes down to what do we add. We do still need that left midfielder. I can't get that out of my head. That's the one we need. We're still looking for that. If anyone's got any suggestions, if you remember the Tim Sherwood transfer rules, the 6 degrees of Sherwood, then we do need a left midfielder. Okay, so actually that was a mixed episode, but with great signing there at the end, and some incredible goals in that episode from Hernandez and Fosu Mensah. I hope you have a great weekend. I will see you in a bit.